Think I'm a creep? Okay, thanks for making me rich. While at a store, I encountered a situation I couldn't ignore. As I completed my purchase at the self-checkout, I noticed a lady had left her backpack behind. Despite my attempts to get her attention, she seemed preoccupied. Eventually, she responded dismissively, accusing me of being a creep. Resolving to help, I retrieved the backpack and, upon inspection, discovered it contained over $50,000, speculating on its owner's source of wealth, whether a trust fund or drug sales. I couldn't help but wonder. Despite my efforts to return it, her refusal left me in a moral quandary. Deciding to keep the money, I cleared my debts, grateful yet conflicted by the unexpected windfall. The incident taught me a valuable lesson. Not everyone's intentions are nefarious. Though I hope the woman didn't face dire consequences, her aloofness ultimately led to my gain. Regrettably, the store workers witnessed her indifference, leading to a confrontation later. However, my conscience remained clear. I had tried to do the right thing. Despite the temptation to involve the authorities, I chose otherwise. Knowing the likely fate of the money in their custody, reflecting on my first week in Denver, despite the surreal events, I found myself enamored with the city. It's a reminder that life's twists and turns can lead to unexpected outcomes, for better or worse. I'm doomed for life. After finishing my assignment, I made my way over to what I thought was my friend. In our playful dynamic, we sometimes joke by giving each other a friendly slap on the butt, so, without a second thought, I delivered what I thought was a harmless slap, only to be met with an unexpectedly loud sound. To my horror, I realized I had mistakenly slapped my teacher. The sudden attention from everyone around us heightened my embarrassment. Swiftly, I was ushered off to detention for my inappropriate behavior. As I reflect on this mortifying incident, I can only hope to rectify the situation and offer my sincere apologies. Lesson learned: always double-check your target before engaging in any form of playful banter. A good man? My wife often tells me that I'm a good man, and her friends have even admitted that I've changed their perception of men. It's not something I say to boast. In fact, it troubles me deeply. How is it that someone like me, who sees themselves as flawed, can be considered a rare example of decency in our society? I find it disheartening that there are so many men who lack respect for women, that someone like me, who struggles with their own shortcomings, is seen as a positive example. I can't comprehend how I've come to be seen in this light. I've never considered myself an ideal man, and I've always been aware of my imperfections. Despite my confusion, I'm determined to live up to this unexpected role. I may not fully understand how I've become an example, but I'm committed to doing my best to uphold the values of kindness, respect, and empathy towards others, especially women. It's a responsibility I don't take lightly, and I'll continue to strive to be deserving of the trust and admiration placed in me by my wife and her friends.
He finally texted me after months. It's been about 9 months. Since my ex-situationship ended things with me, I was deeply in love with him. And I believed he felt the same way, despite being long distance. We reached a point where we confessed our love for each other. Our situationship lasted around 4-5 months before he decided to end it. Although we stopped talking regularly, we still exchanged birthday wishes and occasionally caught up through random texts. Then, out of the blue, after 3 months of silence, he texted me saying he missed me. I missed him too, immensely. When he reached out, we started talking again for a couple of days, but suddenly, he stopped replying. I didn't want to initiate further conversation because I didn't want to appear as if I was chasing after him. Around 2 weeks later, he texted me again, asking about my Valentine's Day. I shared that I hadn't done much, and he replied similarly. Then, he proceeded to tell me about a girl from his past who had once had a crush on him, and how he was considering reconnecting with her. This news hit me hard. Shock, heartbreak, and anger flooded in all at once. Why did he give me false hope by expressing his longing for me, only to later reveal his interest in another girl? Why did he confide in me about his personal struggles, and then turn around and talk to me about pursuing someone else? I'm not just a receptacle for his emotions and problems to be dumped onto. He must know that I still have feelings for him. Yet he chooses to talk to me about another girl. Was he simply a desperate individual seeking companionship? After feeling lonely amidst the couples around him, each time he texts me, I feel a mixture of excitement and sadness. It takes me a while to shake off thoughts of him, and just when I think I've moved on, he resurfaces. He used to be the sweetest and most loving person I knew. So why is he behaving this way now? What should I do in this situation?
Tough situation. So, here's the deal. My sister recently started dating a guy who has a younger brother and a cousin living with them. Now, everyone jokes that both the younger brother and the cousin have a thing for me. I'm pretty certain the brother does, but when it comes to the cousin, I'm not entirely sure. Here's the twist: I actually have a thing for the cousin. I mean, I'm friendly with the brother because our families are close, but the cousin is the one who really catches my interest. The problem is, he gives off mixed signals. Sometimes he seems to reciprocate my interest, and other times he completely ignores it. I've tried dropping hints and flirting with him, but his responses are inconsistent. I'm at a loss for what to do next. Any advice on how to navigate the situation would be greatly appreciated.
Just one good deed. There was a moment when fortune smiled upon me at a casino, granting me a $4,000 win. It was late, and my husband and I decided to stay the night at a hotel in Spokane. Why? Especially since Mother's Day awaited us the next day. We settled on a Hilton Garden Inn, knowing full well the costs of rooms at such a prestigious establishment on a holiday weekend. In the heart of the city, upon entering the hotel lobby, we encountered a man who bore the unmistakable signs of homelessness. It was clear he had been down on his luck for some time. As we waited for our turn at the concierge desk, the concierge informed the man, with little compassion, that he would need to leave as he wasn't a paying guest. The man, politely, explained his situation, waiting for his parents to pick him up from upstate Washington the next morning, but his plea fell on deaf ears. Feeling the weight of the cold night and the injustice of leaving a fellow human being out in the elements, I approached the desk and requested 2 rooms, one for my husband and me, and another for the gentleman in need. The concierge was taken aback, cautioning me about the potential risks being held responsible for any damages or theft. Without hesitation, I asserted that I'd rather risk a stolen TV than live with the guilt of leaving someone out in the cold when I had the means to provide warmth and shelter. With keys in hand, I approached the man and informed him of the room I had secured for him. His disbelief was palpable, but I reassured him and urged him to take advantage of the warm bed and hot shower awaiting him. I didn't linger for gratitude. It wasn't necessary. The next morning, the man had left, leaving behind a room untouched, save for a restful night's sleep and a long-distance call to upstate Washington. This experience reinforced a powerful lesson. Sometimes we must have faith in humanity, regardless of appearances or societal judgments, showing compassion to those who may not believe they deserve. It can be transformative. While not everyone may respond positively, extending kindness can plant the seed of change in unexpected ways.
I panicked for a week and 3 days. Thankful it ended. As a typical young man, I've often found myself consumed by a constant state of horniness, with my libido seemingly always at its peak. Even on the rare occasion when it dipped, it never lasted more than a couple of days. During these short respites, I found myself enjoying the clarity of mind that came with not constantly thinking about sex or pursuing romantic interests. However, recently I experienced an unexpected and prolonged drop in libido that lasted for a staggering 10 days. It hit me when I noticed that I wasn't feeling any attraction towards women, or even objects that would usually catch my eye. It was a stark realization of how off balance things had become. Today, though, I'm ecstatic to report that the fire has returned, and my attraction is back at full throttle. I feel like my usual self again, and I couldn't be more relieved. Thank goodness for that. younger sister got banned on Roblox. I'm 15 years old, and my sister is 7 recently. She got banned from Roblox for a day because she told people in the game that she would kill them. Of course, she meant it in the context of the game, but it's still concerning. This isn't the first time she's had trouble on Roblox previously. She got in trouble for online dating after sending an emoji that was a bit out of context. Now, I'm worried about how this behavior might affect her outside of the game, during arguments. She's even said she would kill me, although I don't take it seriously. When our mom told her not to say that, her response was unsettling. That's just what I'm gonna do. I fear that this behavior might escalate, especially when she starts school and interacts with other students. She often talks loudly while playing, saying things like "I'm gonna kill you" to other players, which she's started to mimic outside of the game. Additionally, she seems to be getting upset more easily and using language that she wouldn't normally use, like "I'm finna kill you, girl." It's difficult to gauge the extent of the issue, but I can't shake the feeling that something isn't right. I wonder if she's picking up this behavior from her father or our mom. I haven't addressed it yet because I'm not sure if I'm overreacting, but I can't ignore the signs any longer. Thank you for watching and joining us on this journey. Remember, every moment shared is a chance to learn and grow. Stay tuned for more exciting content ahead. Until next time, take care and keep exploring.